Clayton. I'm the marketing manager here at Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness, and this is Wellness Matters, which is a speaker series that we have been, this is our second year doing it, where each month, the third Thursday of the month at 6 p.m., we have an expert speaker in a various aspect of wellness come in and speak to our patients, our existing patients, and to anyone interested in the respective topic that they've chosen to come speak to us on. And tonight we're very lucky to have with us Krista Anachovsky, and she's going to be showing us just how powerful yoga can be for our health, our well-being, our mind, body, and soul. As you saw the title, Yoga for All. So just a little quick info on Krista. She is the single mother of 2 teenagers, which she very excitedly told me. She coaches people all around the world. She refers to herself and her practice as expansion coaching. So what she does is focus on helping people expand their mental, emotional, and physical well-being so that they can live the life that they're really meant to be living. If you want to follow up with Krista after this, like I said, I'll send out an email that has the link to the recording, as well as a couple of her pages on the internet so that you can look into her services and what she offers. And if anything strikes you, she would be more than happy to speak with you, I'm sure. Really quick before we get started, the next Wellness Matters after this one is called Sugar is Running Your Life. It's going to be hosted by our very own nurse practitioner, Joan Keel, and she's going to be talking about how hidden sugars are affecting your health in ways that you might not even know, which will be really interesting. Joan is very passionate about that subject, so I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully, we'll see you there. Without further ado, let's introduce Krista. Hey, Krista.
Hi, Clayton. Thanks so much for that great introduction. It's great to be here and part of the Wellness Matters. I love that this is being put together and that you've incorporated yoga as part of this is a really great tool. And that's how I'm really going to look at yoga today. It's just another tool in your toolbox. You don't have to become a full yogi or go to classes and have a big practice. I'm going to be showing you and leading you, and hopefully you're at home joining me, on some ways that you can just practice in a practical way, use yoga as a tool to help you, whether it's increase your energy or decrease your stress. We're going to look at a couple of different things, and just wanted to kind of give you a little bit more background on me. I trained my whole childhood and became a professional dancer at the age of 15 and danced professionally all around the world for about 2 decades. And through that whole time, I got really into yoga as well as Pilates and used it as a way to keep my body healthy and love teaching. And then through my journey, dove really deep into personal development and teaching, being a certified life coach, a belief clearing practitioner, and doing a lot of different business strategy coaching with people all around the globe. And so while I don't focus so much on yoga, it's an important tool that I use and help people incorporate into their life. So whether you're looking for business success, whether it's balancing the work, the family, the health, it just can be a great way to keep your health up. And I want you to keep this in mind, and you're probably hearing this from your other, some of the other speakers, but we can't isolate any one part of ourself or our well-being when it comes to health. Everything is interconnected, and I want you to keep that in mind. So emotions, how you're feeling, connects with how your body's feeling. Do you sleep? Do you not sleep? Are your muscles tight? Are you aching? Are you feeling old? How are you showing up at work? What you're eating? Every single piece. And I love how Clayton and the team has put together this Wellness Matters platform, because they're showing you all these different ways that when you put it together, it helps create a healthy lifestyle. And that's really what it's all about. Without our wellness and vitality, all the success in the world or money in the world doesn't mean much. And what I focus on, as Clayton mentioned, I consider myself an expansion coach. My business is called Expand Your Life. And it really is about bringing out that very best in yourself and even just that mental push of having a new vision of what you desire, of how you want to show up, and putting our emotional state of being as a top priority. I teach putting your happiness first. And then when you act from there, all these other things fall into place, right? If you are wanting to be upbeat and happy and enjoy great relationships, and you're going to show up better in your job or the business that you're creating, you're going to show up better for your family, for your friends, be more open to go on vacations or adventures and really live life to the fullest. And of course, having a healthy body is part of that. And we look at the emotions and how they connect to the physical body. I want you to remember that it is connected. It's not just like, oh, I have shoulder pain. Oh, I'm tight in here. Let me go take an Advil because I have tightness in my neck. When you start to feel something come up in your body, I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions. And the first one is, well, how am I feeling? When I say feeling, I mean, what emotion is going on right now? And it could be you take that awareness and look for what's going on. It could be that you had a bad conversation with a colleague on the phone, that you sent an email that bothered you, that you got news about something. And when you can connect the dots between, oh, my emotions are triggering how my body is now feeling, now we can know how to undo that and step into a place of bringing wellness and healing. And the movements that I'm going to share with you today are some really great ways to do that. Now, what I like about yoga is it does combine the mental well-being with your physical body. When you put the two together, that's when you're really going to enjoy it. And that's the whole point of this, right? Is to want you to enjoy it. And when I come in and guest teach, I don't teach regularly anymore, but when I come in and do guest teaching, people aren't quite used to me. I'm like, this should be fun. And everything we do should be somewhat fun. So enjoy it. And even if you're laughing at yourself for being so tight, then it's just like, oh, now I'm more aware that this move really is something I need to keep doing because it feels good. And wow, I thought I was more flexible than this. So I encourage you to keep a light heart about it, have some fun with it. And I'm going to guide you through some moves. No headstands, no crazy sun salutations, nothing that's hard today. This is more about things that I think you could be able to do on your own. 10 minutes at home, maybe first thing in the morning. And then later, I'll do a section here, and then I'm going to show you some things that you can do at work, or if you're working from home, incorporating just sitting in your chair, and how to use yoga and the breath as a way to transition or really be in control of how you're feeling, what your emotional state is, where your energy is. And so that's why I like to say yoga is a tool to help us be in the space that we want to be. All right, are you ready? So if you have a mat, great. You don't need a mat, but hopefully you're on carpet or somewhere that's a little bit comfortable for your hands and knees. We're just going to start in. I'm not even going to use any fancy yoga words today. I'm just going to keep it very simple because it's the moves and the breath that I want you to keep in mind. I almost changed my mind, but now that you're here, I'm not going to make you move. All right, so this is, we're going to call this table pose. Your hands are directly underneath, and let's just start by lifting the hands and kind of rolling the fingers and your wrists, just like that. Kind of think of how a cat likes to do when it's making the bed. And we're going to just stop those hands. Feel that the knees are also just equal distance, and press your hands and knees firmly into the ground and just get connected with your body, feeling strong like a table, And we're going to go into the breath with a nice deep inhale. And exhale. So nothing to see here. We're just going to breathe from here for just a few moments. And if your mind starts to wander, think about other things that's going on, I invite you to really connect just into the breath and how your body's feeling to help your mind stay right here with you in the present moment. Breathing in and breathing out. Continuing to breathe, not doing much of anything, but I'd like you to engage your imagination and imagine a light and energy that's pulling the crown of your head forward and your tailbone back. So you have this one line of energy that's lengthening your spine. Beautiful. And now we're going to begin to move through the spine. We're going to exhale and round up like an angry cat. Tucking the tail under, looking down. We're going to inhale. This one's called cow pose. So we lift up, tail up, and dropping the belly down. I'm just going to move through that. Breathing in one direction and then the other. So whether you're exhaling or inhaling, it doesn't really matter, but I do love for you to move so you're changing from one breath, and when you switch postures, you move to the other breath. Beautiful. So don't worry about looking at the computer, just drop that chin way down. Beautiful. Each time you go through this, try to get a little bigger in your move so you can feel an opening in the back. Dropping the chin. And let's take one more. And good. Neutral spine. Now this is what we're going to say, wag the dog, wag the tail, and just send your hips from one side to another. These moves I really like because it opens up and awakens the spine. And it's not just about the physical spine, but all the nerve endings that are there as well. And we can take this to a big circle, actually. I like this one. Makes you feel grounded. So forward, side, kind of sit back. You might want to adjust your knees a little bit wider, always being aware of your body, what feels good to you. Beautiful. Pause and reverse that rotation. Often when our emotions are getting like up here tight, or it's because we need to get grounded and connect with that grounding energy of the earth. And these moves are really good for that. It can also help you feel strong, safe, and secure because you're getting rooted down into your root chakra. All right, let's sit back. This is called child's pose. We just reach back and you can place your head down on your mat. This is another beautiful pose just to relax and open up. All right, coming forward, and we're going to add along a little bit, this time opening one arm at a time, rotate and look to the ceiling, and other side. And once you've done a couple of these, I'll invite you to take that arm all the way to the ceiling. Big reach. Just be aware of what you're feeling. Beautiful. How about a big inhale? Exhale. In the reach. And exhale. Just a slightly different variation. We're going to take the arm forward and make a big circle. Let's do 4 on one side. That's it. One more. And down, other side, really reach. That's it. And one more. Fantastic. All right, I want you to tuck your toes under. So you're opening up, like if this was your foot, you want to open up between your, under the toes and stretch through the arch of your foot. So that's what I'm doing back here. Get those toes curled under and then press into the feet. You can stay up here or go down into child's pose. Just continue to open up the feet. A lot of pressure there. If you breathe into that, just bringing the energy, the circulation, where those nerves are going, and just open up in the feet. So you get one and only one down dog with me today, just so you are familiar with the pose. We're in the perfect place for it. Keep your feet where they are. Keep those hands spread on the mat. And we're going to lift the tailbone up into a giant down dog. Beautiful. From here, we're just exhaling, sending your heels down to the ground. Relaxing your face. Sending the tailbone up high to the sky. Wonderful. We are going to walk the feet and hands together, hanging over like a rag doll. And we're slowly going to roll up and transition to standing position. And I may need to give Clayton a second to switch cameras so you can follow along. If you need some water, go ahead and grab some water. All right, so I'm going to use this chair to demonstrate how we can use yoga in the middle of the day when we're stressed out. Now, for safety precaution, I am a professional. I'm on wheels. I highly suggest you don't do this on wheels. You just want something that's going to be there for you. So we're going to start out sitting down. Anybody ever get stressed out at work? Where do you feel it? You point to where you feel it. Get the shoulders and neck, even in the hands and wrists. I discovered I ended up with, I guess I'll call it a shoulder injury, because I was flaring my arm out to the side instead of putting it back. And it took me a couple of months to get it back together, but we're recognizing that my posture with that wing out to the side had caused myself an injury. So how we sit at the desk is super important. For the purpose of this, I'd love for your feet to be flat on the ground. That way you're connected and stable. Now, just be aware of your posture. If you're on actually most of you are in front of a computer now, so you can simulate typing and notice where your posture happens to get. Do you get the chin out, the slouch, all of this not good stuff? What we want to do instead is really keep up lifted, keep the chin even and in a good place. Now here's some yoga that you can do anytime during the workday, just to help you open things up and relieve some of that stress. So first of all, we're going to shake the hands out. Rubbing them together is always a good thing. It brings energy. That also helps bring your focus and connection right here. So we're going to drop those hands either down to your side or put them on your lap. And to help with that neck strain, we're actually going to squeeze first. I want you to squeeze as hard as you can up towards your ears with a big inhale. And then we're going to exhale and just let it drop. All right. If you're alone or if anybody's in the house, they should all hear you exhale. I want to hear you exhale from here. So we lift it all the way up. Big inhale, slow. Drop it. Good. Two more. And one more. Squeeze. Awesome. Letting that go. So rolling the shoulders out. I like to do one at a time. You can do both at the same time. Now, again, connecting the mental with the physical. We're going to connect this to the breath. So we're bringing a big inhale, rolling forward and up. And exhale as those shoulders roll back and you exhale. This is your mental vacation. I just want you to feel and allow everything within your body to melt. Let it all go. Again, inhale. And slowly exhale, melting from the inside. Good, one more time. And out. Wonderful. So we're going to take the arms all the way out. I call these sunshine arms because you really want them to make the biggest sunshine possible, really reaching in all directions. You feel it open up through your heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Good. As the hands come down, dropping the chin to chest, that will help relieve some tension here. Again, these can be done standing as well. Exhale. All right, we're going to build some energy, holding those hands at the top. These are jazz hands. Remember, I'm a professional dancer. So give me those jazz hands. They're reaching towards the sky. And we're going to make a fist and then reach your jazz hands out as big as you can. Good. And just take that same thing, open it out. This is also really good for confidence. If you're about to go into a meeting, you're feeling insecure, find a little place where you can go and do your by yourself, bring the lady or some men's room, and get these arms up, spread those fingers wide, and breathe. In and out with those hands, in and out with those hands. Good, deep breathing. That's it. And now we're going to go straight to the side. This one, we're going to roll the wrist into a fist and kind of round like that. Awesome. If you want to get really into it, let the whole arm. So my shoulder is rolling forward and back. Yeah. Any combination, you can't do it wrong. Don't worry. Awesome. All right. Now I call these magic fingers. You can bring them in front of you, where you're just kind of like hocus pocus. But if you stretch between each and every finger, little hocus pocus fingers are pretty nice. Great. Now we're going to clasp those hands, press them away from you, and have a hollow out through the belly, and send your let's see, rib cage. Send your shoulder blades back towards your chair and blow all your air out. Good. Reach those arms up to the sky. Big inhale and exhale, round it forward. And one more time up. I hope you're smiling. And exhale, last time. And we're going to release and shake it out. Now just hold steady, let those hands relax. Close your eyes, feet on the ground, and just simply be aware of how your body's feeling inside. Nice. So we've created some heat on the inside. We've brought some energy in. We're releasing tension. And now here's one you can do standing. You can use your chair or not. I'll use the chair just as an example, but you don't need a chair. And this is from holding on to something high in the back. I'm facing the chair with both hands, and I'm going to just open up and really reach to the back. And then bring that in, another side. Now again, when you connect the breath with this, bring your mind, your attention to your body, to your breath, then you're really going to add the yoga element to it, where it's not just a physical exercise, but a way to get centered. So we inhale, big reach, exhale, switch. Good. Can you sustain the breath as slow as I'm going? Inhaling this whole way. Fully inhale, keep inhaling. And then just as long, slowly exhale. Good. Last one. Full slow inhale. And slowly exhale. Beautiful. So slowing the pace of the breath is probably your best tool for dropping in when you're feeling anxious, upset. Any of the negative emotions, we tend to get really shallow with the breath, and then that gets in and this starts going, in not a good place. So that if you can just simply drop into the breath, breathing on its own, or doing any of these simple arm movements will help you just drop in. You want that breath down here. That's where our center is. That's where your power is. That's where your self-confidence and where you're able to make good decisions when you get out of this and down into this. So that's going to help you with the calm, centered, confident center of who you are. And as we were doing these hands, just as a reminder, that's the way you can build energy up. So if you're feeling that slump, again, when you're feeling that midday slump, the energy is getting low, it's often because we're holding tension and the energy is stuck. It's not moving. So all of these simple things that I've shared with you today that you've been joining me with help to bring the flow, bring the energy from the head, the heart, out to the fingertips, down to the belly, all the way down to your feet, and even that invisible energetic field that's around you. We are bigger and more beautiful than our physical body. And so remember, it's the energy that we're moving, not just doing moves. So that would be if you take away one thing today, is on one hand, you can go, oh, okay, while I'm reading an email, while I'm still upset, while I'm still stressed out, okay, I'm gonna do these moves. I'm gonna do the hands, I'm gonna touch my toes. But that's not it. If I can be real, that's not the point. The point is that you're bringing your mind, your heart, your emotions, your breath with you on this journey of moving your body. And when you put it together, it puts you in control. It puts you in control of creating the day, the moment that you want, which should be feeling good about what you're doing. It's your choice. And so what I teach, and this is just, one nice tool, as I said, it puts you in control to create the life that you want. And when you understand that you have the choice, it may not come right away. Sometimes it takes a bit of practice and some clearing and some looking at beliefs. But when you can tap into the fact that this is your life and you have control, no one else can think for you, no one else can feel for you, and just learning how. And that's what I do. And that's my mission in life, is I want people to feel good about what they're doing and enjoy their day. So I am open to having some questions. If you have any questions, and it'd be my pleasure to. Oh, I do want to invite you in case because I don't get to it. I have a really cool Facebook group. It's called the Expand Your Life Collective. And it is a combination of mindset. I do a lot of talks and videos. There's a bunch of different workouts that are there. It's a wonderful combination. So I'd love for you, if you're on Facebook, to join me at the Expand Your Life Collective. And I think Clayton's going to put that there in the chat. But if there's anything I can do, I'd be happy to answer some questions.
All right, everybody. If anybody has any questions, now's the time. You can go ahead and unmute yourself, or you can put your question in the chat. I sent a couple messages in there just so you can see them. Anybody have anything for Krista?
While we're waiting, I can say there are a wide variety of types of yoga and types of classes that you can go to. So regardless of what your interest is, It can be for weight loss, for balance, for calming down. There's everything under the sun is out there and available. And so if yoga itself really interests you, I definitely encourage you to go to a studio. There's a lot of wonderful apps and leaders that are on Facebook that you can take classes from, or you go to a full practice. My intention for today was just to show you some smaller moves that you can do on your own without getting too complicated into sun salutations and warrior postures and hand balances and that sort of thing. But that's all available to you. And I encourage you to check it out. If it's not something you've done before, or if it's something that you did and kind of forgot about, jump back in. Don't ever think that you don't like yoga because you tried one class. Teachers, different personalities, different music, different styles. I really do think there's some type of yoga out there for everyone.
Well, all right. The only thing we have in the chat is Sherry. She said thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. You are so welcome. One of them, and I didn't do it today just because it's a little tricky to do on Zoom like this. But one of the best parts of a full yoga practice is that we end in what's called Shavasana. And that's where you get to lay on the ground. Some instructors are just quiet and let you have a quiet, still moment. Personally, I love to lead guided visualizations. And that is a place where you're just lying still, eyes are closed in a dark space. And you take your mind on a journey to really allow you both to relax fully, deeply, and to invite in gratitude and love and all that's coming your way. And so that's kind of the bonus cherry on top of most yoga classes, is getting that chance at the end to fully, deeply relax, and can make that into a meditation.
All right, everybody. Well, I would like to first and foremost thank Krista for joining us. That was absolutely wonderful. Thank you, everyone who registered, who signed up, who's watching the recording right now, if that's you. Once again, the next Wellness Matters event is next month. It's going to be May 20th, which is the third Thursday of May, and it'll be hosted by our very own Joan Keel, one of our providers in the clinic. She's going to be talking about sugar, how hidden sugar is affecting your health. So if you're interested, we'll have a link in the email tomorrow, as well as some links for Krista and the recording of this Wellness Matters. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we hope that we'll see you next time. Thank you, guys.